Boys can't fade us, and them crawl like gators. Yeah, I'm cool. Gotta break the equators. Peace, peace. What it is? All right. It's conspiracy, man. All right, it is what it is. To conspire simply means two or more people plan to do harm to another. You understand what I'm saying? So I gotta drop that you know, conspiracy theorist talk because people conspire. Okay, so check this out. Breaking news. Breaking news information. Can someone explain why these tests were purchased in 2018? These COVID-19 strategic preparedness and response program. Expected closing date. I mean, expected project arrival date April 2020. Right. This was in 2017. They had COVID-19 tests. Now, check this out. Hold on. You see, COVID-19 discovered in 2019. That's why it's called 19 because it was discovered in 2019. But they had tests of it in 2018. Okay. Okay. Now, if that's not enough, and these ain't fake, and I need to stress this to you that these are not fake because, okay, you see what it says. That's the site. That's that link that woman just posted. I'm finna show you this. It's crazy. I'm telling you this is not fake, and that's important when we go to this link. Okay. So let me show you. I took my own screenshot on my phone of the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't think it was gonna be that important, but watch when I show you this. Okay, so you see it's the same thing. This is from my phone. Okay, it's from my cell phone. And just to show and prove, right? I sent this to one of my homeboys, right? I sent them that. I said, look at that. They had the test ready for COVID-19 in 2018. But remember, they told the world they discovered it in 2019. He clicked the link, he seen it. He said, damn, now they want to do human trials. I say they already doing it. All right? And that's important. I had to show you that, all that. Because when you click on this link, I don't need you to drop on the wheel with me. I'm on my own. Look what it says now. Take off. Look what it says now. It's funny, funny, funny. But you see it's still about this, though. So, they changed this in the past few days. Because if you see this text message was September 6th. Today is the 12th. Damn, I ain't got that part recorded on the screen. Today is the 12th. Well, the shit you gonna see when I upload the video. Alright? And look at this. They had medical tests for all these countries. Right? Corresponding to COVID-19 in 2018. But really, a few days ago, it said COVID-19 test kit. But they've changed the shit in just these past couple days. Look at this. This is exports. This is imports. Still says the same thing. A couple days ago, a week ago, they both said COVID-19 test. All right. So I did a search for something real quick, and I came across this little update on April 2nd. I searched for this because it said expected arrival date is April 2nd. So that's why I looked up this, but I didn't find nothing specific. But I'll let y'all look that up if you want to. But just the fact that this said during the COVID-19 pandemic, the FDA were working with more than 240 test developers who have said to be submitting in emergency use authorizations. Okay, test developers, but they already had the test in 2018. That don't make sense, man. That don't make sense. Unless, of course, it was all planned, and unless, of course, it is a hoax. This was Democrats getting into heat exchange with Pampoid hearing. Do you believe the coronavirus is a hoax? A hoax, false flags, same thing. Alright, so watch this.
Mulvaney told the Conservative Political Action Conference that the coronavirus was the hoax of the day. Do you agree with Donald Trump's chief of staff, Mulvaney, that the coronavirus is the hoax of the day?
The State Department is doing everything it can to protect American citizens around the world.
Do you believe coronavirus is the hoax of the day?
I'm not going to comment on what others say.
I'm just asking you, do you believe the coronavirus?
He could easily say, no, of course not. What you mean hoax? What are you talking about? This is a virus that's killing people. He shouldn't have to deflect this question. It should be simple. What do you mean? Hoax what? Are you serious? People are dying. That should be his answer. Peep how he's answering.
I'm just telling you what the Secretary of State's doing.
Do you believe the coronavirus is a hoax?
We're working to keep people safe.
You can't even answer that question.
Yeah,
it's not even a gotcha question. You believe the coronavirus is a hoax?
It's a gotcha moment. It's not useful.
Is the coronavirus a hoax? Can you just answer that question?
We're taking it seriously. This is
Now, I'm just saying, okay? I'm not the only person to say that. Somebody from Fox apparently said that. And this is a great segue into my next point. Pandemic hoax akin to Pearl Harbor lies, judge hears Fox News case. A Seattle judge Thursday heard a vigorous debate over whether Fox News should be punished for allegedly harming public health with some of its COVID-19 coverage, but he didn't immediately rule. He ruled a week later and he dismissed the case. Matter of fact, let me just go to that. Hold on. I think they explained. Hold on. Yeah. The hearing was held via Zoom, public being able to watch via YouTube. I thought that was hilarious. With as many as 75 viewed in the 50-minute hearing, which considered hypotheticals such as would airing misinformation about Pearl Harbor, about the Pearl Harbor attack in World War II have been okay under the First Amendment? Or could Sean Haney get away with a column in Wall Street Journal labeling COVID-19 a hoax? Sean Haney, okay, he apparently said COVID-19 was a hoax, which I think is interesting because it's Fox News who set the precedent that the news could lie, okay? Now, let's go to Snoop's, because Snoop's going to tell you that it's bullshit, all right? Did Fox News sue for the right to lie? Fox News channel did not fight, much less win a court battle in which they assert they had the right to lie. So this is false, right? Rumors circulated since 2009, claiming that Fox News cable television channel fought successfully in the court the right to lie, misinform, or deceive viewers. The claim that the Fox News legally won the right to lie has repeated across the internet despite its being factually inaccurate on more than one level. First, the case which the rumor stemmed from in Florida appeals the court ruling in February 2003, not 2004. More germane to the rumor, however, is the fact that the case at hand did not involve the national Fox News channel. Rather, a breach of contract lawsuit filed between two reporters against their former employer, Tampa Bay Television, WTVT. The situation was somewhat more complicated because WTVT was an affiliate of Fox Television News Network and was also owned. Was also owned by Fox. Okay, so it's Fox, but the Fox Television Network and Fox News channels are two distinctively different entities. Yes, I'm sure they are, as if they have absolutely nothing to do with each other. But anyway, the legal battle to which the rumor refers is about a husband and wife reporting team, Gene Aker, Steve Wilson, who in 1996 was together a story about the use of Monsanto product, synthetic bovine growth hormone, BGH. That word by Florida dairy farmers. WTVT's management asserted that the reporter's BGH piece was alarmist and one-sided and ordered the reporters to edit their story to produce a more balanced piece. Okay? That's what's important. Akin and Wilson defied these orders. As a result, the BGH story never aired, and the pair were terminated the next year. The two reporters sued the station for breach of contract and retaliatory firing the following year, maintaining that they had been unfairly terminated from their jobs for resisting WTVT's. You know, the playlist got to be right, man. Attempt to distort or suppress BGH's history at the behest of Fox Corporate and look at this. At the behest of Fox Corporate and Monsanto, the station's management had fired them in retaliation over the threats, and filed to complain about WT's deliberate news distortion to the Federal Communications Commission. Okay, so the two reporters sued also that was their claim. They say it was Monsanto. I thought they was admitting that it was Monsanto that had a hand in it. But no, right now, go ahead and get it out. Give me a minute. Thank you. So September is notified. WTVT notified Acker and Wilson that they would be exercising the option to terminate their employment. Basically, saying that they fired him. In April, alleged among other things, claims under the whistleblower statute, claims alleged that their termination and retaliation for resisting their attempts to distort or suppress the story and threatening to report the alleged news for distortion to the FCC. Hacker also brought claims for declaratory relief and the breach of contract. After a 4-week trial, the jury found against Wilson on his claims. The trial court directed a verdict against Acker on the breach of contract claim. Acker abandoned her claim for the declaratory relief, and the trial court let her whistleblower claims go to jury. The jury rejected all of Acker's claims except her claim that the station retaliated against her in response to her threat. And the jury awarded her $500,000. So, another common misconception, let's finish it. Another common misconception is that Fox News invoked its First Amendment protections in order to retain the right to lie during this lengthy legal battle between the couple and the Florida Fox affiliate. There were no mentions of any such claim in appeal court decisions. Acker herself did not corroborate it. Excuse me. Ultimately, the FCC concluded in 2007 the conflict between them and the affiliate boiled down to editorial dispute rather than a deliberate effort by blah 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 to distort the news. Okay, an editorial dispute. Okay, the right to lie claims are similar to another false story about Fox News trustworthiness, about it being banned in Canada. I don't know nothing about that. You can look that up if you want to. But you see, the court ruled that basically Fox can put on whatever the fuck they want to because that's their station. So it's an editorial dispute, meaning they have the right to put on whatever the fuck they want to. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, they changed the story and put out what they wanted to that didn't harm Monsanto. This is a corporation. So what other corporations are they not telling you the truth about?
Are you, at 12:15 today, are you in fact yourself speaking at CPAC? At 12:15 today, are you speaking?
Yes, I am. I'm planning.
All right, so you can only give 2 hours, this bipartisan group of members of Congress, and instead of answering questions on life and death issues from a bipartisan group of America's representatives, you're going to go talk to a special interest group.
Yes.
You, sir, represent all Americans, not a special interest group. It is shameful. You can't even answer basic questions. I yield back.
Gentleman's time is
So you peeped that? He said, are you going to see a special interest group? You represent the Americans, not a special interest group. The special interest group is the lobbyists who pay these people to pass these laws. That's what he's talking about. And he's putting it right in. How can you not answer that question? Is it a hoax? No, it's not a hoax, man. What are you talking about? This stuff is real. What do you mean? This is a pandemic. No, he deflected the question because it's a hoax. And he don't want to be on the record saying it's not when he know it is. Plain and simple. I really only brought this up just to show you that they can tell you, the news can lie to you. Okay? Because it's not even that they lying. They're putting on a TV show for you. Okay? It's a show for you. It's on TV. You understand what I'm saying? It's the news. It's the news show. It's a sitcom show just like the rest of them. It's a show. They have a right to put on whatever the fuck they want to. This case proves it. They write it off as if they don't have the right to lie. No, they don't have the right to lie. They have the right to say whatever the fuck they want to say. They have the right to report, put whatever spin on whatever report they want to. So when the news can say that, it's 1,000 new coronavirus, cases, and they can be lying to you. They've already admitted to lying. Hold on. See right here. Coronavirus testing at Boston lab suspended after nearly 400 false positives. Alright. Boston lab suspended corona test and investigate undercover nearly 400 false positives. Sure, it's more than that. They just telling you. Damn, this is. Look at that. September 9th at 1:44. And I'm always looking at the numbers. 144,9922144. Anyway. So look at that. Like I said, the news already done told you that they done lied to you about some shit. Alright, look. Your corona test is positive, maybe it shouldn't be. Here's our test, blah, blah, blah. Some of the nation's leading tests, you can read it, I'm not gonna read it. The point is, they can tell you whatever the fuck they want because that's their corporation and you're choosing to watch it. Alright, this is the woman who sued Fox, but I want to show you the work was on a story regarding the agricultural biotech company Monsanto recombining the growth hormone milk additive, which has been approved for use by the Food and Drug Administration. These are people we supposed to trust to keep us healthy and all this. Same people who telling us shit about this goddamn virus stuff. No much damage that can be done as a result of the report. Okay. So Fox attempted to have the report reviewed for bias because it was enormous damage for it could result. So the report was showing how this shit basically ain't good for us. The fact that the cows drink it and it's in their DNA and we eat the cow meat that gets to us. So it's doing bad to them, it's doing bad to us. That's essentially what her report, I'm sure, was about. Because these GMOs, genetically modified, that's why everybody going organic now. So none of this stuff is new to you. But this report was in '97 about this stuff, and they got it basically squashed, and it didn't come out. You see what I'm saying? So it's just to show you that these people can say whatever the fuck they want to say. And this, that wasn't the story. And lastly, just to sum this up, I ain't really trying to go too long on this video, but it's crazy that Fox News got a lot of shit going on. This shit here is crazy. Fox News, Head, and Sean Haney. Was Sean Haney the one that they said? Now I gotta figure this shit out. I wasn't even trying to do all this. Okay. So this case is about. This case got thrown out. I'm peep how they did this. I just peeped this as I'm doing this video. Okay, so forgive me for not being prepared, right? But anyway, this was a hoax. This case got thrown out, like I said, right, a week later, right? Is this the one we say? Okay, anyway, because this guy, could Sean Haney get away with the column saying that COVID is a hoax? So he said COVID was a hoax. So I think they fired him. They may have fired him, or they probably gonna fire him because he's implicated in this. Sean Haney sued in sex trafficking, sexual harassment, and retaliation suit. Now this shit here is crazy. Cause they got the actual case. Oh, I still got it. I think I closed it. Cause that shit was crazy. But it's on here. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, here it is. See, okay, so they saying how she filed a case, this lady, this victim who these motherfuckers in tormented in some shape, form, or fashion. She filed the case. Check this shit out. She crying in bed. So I think since they got this, since he finna go to jail for this shit probably, they had him do this, say this shit right here, so they can get him a reason to fire him. Because the shit that's in here is crazy. Look, Sean, he on the document. Look at this shit they got. Look at these text messages. Oh no, hold on. Mr. Henry. Okay, so these text messages from Ed Henry. It's not from Sean Haney. Alright, but you see he implicated in this though, so he did some shit too. But apparently one of them was fucking with Ed Hardy. Ed Henry. Look at you, look at this. I'm not gonna read that. Look at this shit. It's disgusting. Look at it. You can pause and read. I'm not. That shit crazy. You know, so I don't know. Some people might not be, can't read shit like that. Shit like that. I didn't mean to even get into this shit. Be honest. Okay, Sean Haney was the one regular Sean Haney show March 8th. Oh, he made her. He tried to like pimp her out or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You look, here the money right here. He like threw some money on the table and told them people to take her out or some shit. Okay, so they finna fire his ass. So they had him do this shit. Or either they finna put him in the back or some shit until they blow over. You know how they do. But anyway, Fox News ain't shit. But none of them really shit. You know, Fox News just set the precedent for him. You know what I'm saying? To start to just do all kinds of left hand shit. You understand what I'm saying? So they all the same. They all could be lying to you. They all could be lying to you about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's their station. It's their television entertainment station. They can do whatever they want to. You're choosing to believe it. All right? So it is what it is. Y'all take it easy.